I received a notice from Uber saying that they detected some fraudulent activity associated with my account. By looking on social media, I saw that a lot of drivers receive this kind of notices, and I didn't care too much to say like this. I said it must be an error. I haven't done anything wrong. 2 weeks time, I received a notice during a trip. Final notice. You are in violation of our policy. We detected fraudulent activity associated with your account. And then they, in that long message that they said, fraudulent activity means this and that and this and that, but not only that. Maybe is something wrong from their side. So I decided to call them. I called the customer service, a nice person. Hi, how are you? Thank you for being a gold driver. Thank you for being a platinum driver. And I exposed my problem. Look, I received a notice. I haven't done anything. I ignored that. I thought might be an error. But then I received the second one, the final one. So the next time I'm going to be fired. I was treated like the guilty person because the answer I received from the customers, well, driver support, was, what have you done? Nothing. Maybe you have done that. No. Have you done that? No. He was unable to answer me. I gave him a few examples. He said, no, that definitely not, that definitely not. At some point, he discovered that basically, because the motorway was closed, I took a route of 10 miles. And he said on the phone that might trigger the system to consider that a fraudulent activity. I said, well, the thing is, now you use the fixed fare policy. You said a fare, you told me a fare before the trip. I accepted the trip with that fare. The trip was longer, but I did not request a fare review. I did not request more money, so I accepted the extra miles will bring me extra costs, but I took responsibility for that. So where is the fraud? Don't worry too much. Just stop doing whatever you were doing. I said, this is the reason of the call. How can I stop doing something if you are not able to tell me what I have done wrong? I didn't want to speak any longer with that person. Even he was using a nice voice, a nice vocabulary, because I felt like he don't trust me. He doesn't care what I have to say. He's using like a script. He knew based on what I had to say. He chose the right answer, what the computer was telling him. You have to answer this when you are told this. You have to answer this. So he was not helpful at all. And I decided to call the union that I'm part of. I said, look, this happened to me. I mean, I can work, I can continue to work, but it's a matter of time. I mean, just like this can happen, and that's it. I'm not an Uber driver anymore. So what then? I have to fight for my rights while I can, because if they fire me, I don't want to waste my time to fight with them. I have to use my time to find another source of income. So I have to do it now. I don't really want to take Uber riders, to be honest. I mean, I work also with other apps, but I'm kind of scared. Exactly a few days after this call with Uber support, I pick up an old black lady from a family party. Her daughter booked an Uber for her. So, very close to her destination, I turned left, entered to a street in middle of nowhere. Whoever booked the Uber for her typed a wrong letter in the postcode. So I said, look, your daughter typed a different letter here. I didn't know what to do. Can you imagine? What should I do? If I said, you know, Uber was booked to this address, just get out from my car, that's it. Then she's a black old woman that nearly can walk alone. I tried to call her daughter. She was not answering the phone to change the destination. Because otherwise, if I wouldn't have received those notices, I didn't have a problem. I was scared not to be punished by Uber, but then if I upset her, I will upset TfL, or I will upset police, or I can be accused by discrimination. against a BAME person, or against an old person, or against a disabled person, and for this you lose your license straight away. Uber put me under fire in this specific situation. The client, the algorithm, the system might have said, "Oh, that's the third one, out," or just leave her where she is, as the system says, and then she can go and complain to Uber, and again, I'm under fire from a different side, or I don't know, to police. I left an old, BAME, disabled person in the middle of nowhere. As a driver, you don't have the option to accept, to negotiate, to say like this. It's black or white. I mean, you either accept those terms and conditions and updates and so on, and you continue to work with them, or you don't and go work with somebody else. We were called by Uber as partners. I'm married. My wife is a partner. I used to negotiate with her. Sometimes she wants to go to a club. I tell her that I want to buy a football game tickets. It's a negotiation. Sometimes she has to give up. Sometimes I do whatever she wants. We are partners. This is what partners do. Uber is not doing like this. Uber is saying, from now on, you do like this. And you have to say, yes, sir. That's not partnership. Basically, on one of the updates, when you have to accept the terms and conditions, and you have to accept, I mean, Uber is using your precise location, generating by your phone. If I don't know what level of privacy I have anymore. Well, one of the things that scares at Uber is the lack of transparency. You never know when they are going to deactivate you or punish you somehow. Why? Nobody knows exactly why. Nobody dares to ask them. Actually, they say when they deactivate you or when they send you notices, don't come to the office. We don't have the answers here. When you call the customer service to say, look, this happened to me, can you tell me why or what I have done wrong? I don't have access to that level of information. Okay, fair enough. Connect me with the specialized team. Surveying the drivers is very important, but it's not like when you book an Uber, you pick a random driver from the street with a car. We are private hired drivers, licensed by a British authority, based on checks, based on tests, and so on. So the responsibility for your safety is given by the fact that me as a driver, I'm licensed by a British authority. There is no need for further checks. Okay, those checks should stop when I stop working for them. My experience somehow made me understand that gig economy workers are not united anymore. Uber created an image within drivers. I cannot speak in the name of all the drivers, but myself and few friends that are doing Uber, of a bully. Everybody is scared. I mean, there are jokes between drivers. They will close you. Ha, he. Why? Just like this. It's not the first time. It's not going to be the last time. Just because they can.